Okay, Empire, I'm gonna try to get it to you in less than 15 minutes. We're gonna see. Lucious is, I mean, not Lucious, Cookie is taking a shower. You see all this blood running off of her. You see clips of the janitor, like, cleaning the blood off the elevator and replacing the smashed records and sweeping up glass and all that. And it's just really dramatic. And there's, like, operatic music playing in the background and all of that. Then we see Candace is back. And Candace is basically saying, you don't need to tell Angelo about that kiss at all. And I'm looking at Vivica and I'm like, she really could be Auntie whoever over on Greenleaf. Like, she could be Lady May's little sister. We get a new security guard for Nana for Leslie Uggams, and the running question is that a boy or is that a girl? And it was not clear to me. They had breasts, but I don't know. Then I wrote Tiana's space filler of the week. Tiana's literally only on the show to give us a song to occupy 2 or 3 minutes of the show's time. And yeah, so they're auditioning for some music video that Hakeem is directing, and he has on a Christmas sweater, and I'm like, why do you have on a Christmas sweater? But whatever, and this is his directorial debut and all of that. So Jamal is still over there hanging with Tory, and they're working on music. Frida's selling drugs now. We swoop over from Jamal to Andre. Andre is out there with Shine and Nessa, and Frida comes in, and he's like, what's Frida doing here? Oh, she's running these errands for me. Basically, that's drugs. And, you know, she was around with Frank, and she knows, you know, how to do yada, yada, yada. And then we get an ignorant hood man who comes through, and Shine introduces, you know, ignorant hood man, this is Andre, this is hood man. He sticks out his hand to shake it, and hood man is like, I don't need no new friends. And Shine is like, yeah, but this dude is okay. Ignorant hood man spits on the ground and walks away, and Shine is like, you gonna clean that up? And yeah, so he was getting on my nerves from jump, but when he spit on the ground, I couldn't be bothered. Something about Taye Diggs' character Angelo ain't right. It gets on my nerves. Something about Taye Diggs' character Angelo is not correct, and it's not resonating in my spirit. Something ain't right with him. Cookie goes over to Lucious's house, and she's talking to Lucious, and he's in the bathroom, and then all of a sudden a figure comes out of the bathroom in a white suit with a short, slick down haircut, high yellow, and I'm thinking this is Lucious, and I had to blink a couple times because it was Anika, and I'm like, she looked just like Lucious coming out that bathroom. I thought he had got shapely all of a sudden. But yeah, Anika and Lucious are coming out of the bathroom. It's implied that they were consummating their marriage or whatever. And Cookie is like, you need to think more highly of yourself. Yada, yada, yada. Cookie's outfit was not cute in that moment. She lost me. That conductor hat just... but the lipstick was cute. Becky and Anika have an alliance. I like it. I could see them taking down Lucious with their alliance, and just... I could see them, like... Just, like, messing it up. Like, effing up some commas. I could see Becky and Anika, like, doing it. Not doing it, not sexually, like doing the dang thing. Cookie was walking around looking like a Clark sister with these leopard prints, and it just, my mama said she looked like Dorinda, and sounded like Dorinda, because she was hoarse in that scene, and she did. Let me see. What is baby's name? Tory is playing, and she's eating this song. Jamal comes in, and they are doing it up, and Cookie is like, yeah, do it like this, do it like that, and it turns out, and it's like they turning it. Meemaw runs off, and she's like, she runs off and is talking to Tariq, and she's like, I have an hour before he or she knows that I'm gone. No, she knows that I'm gone. And I'm like, an hour? That's a long time to be unaccounted for. We gotta fire him or her. Like, for real though. Yeah, the song that Tory and Jamal were doing was viable. I would purchase that song, and really I could hear like CeeLo singing it. And I don't support CeeLo because, you know, the allegations against him, but I could hear him singing it and killing it. But the music was drowning out the vocals, much in Michael Jackson's personal style. So I was like, if we could get those vocals up just a little bit, that would have been a banger. Cookie had told Jamal, every night wipe the hard drive because we don't want your daddy to know what's going on. Jamal told one of the dudes, don't wipe the hard drive because I may come back and tweak something. Lucious immediately comes in, hears the song, swipes it. So let me see. Oh, I wrote, I could see Anika on Greenleaf too, messing up Uncle Creepy Mac. Like, couldn't you see him, Anika coming through as like the sister or like one of the scorned women and like tearing it down? I could see that. Lucious finds the track. Lucious brings in Nessa and V. It's not V Stibiano, that's the other girl. V something or another, the bald chick from the very, very first scene of Empire, they were singing, "What is love if it's not guaranteed? What is love if you're not here with me? What is love?" I don't know the words, but that she was singing "What is love," and she and V were singing, and the literal song they weren't. I mean, it's not that kind of song. It was like a king. You know, we're gonna bow down to our king. Were like the lyrics, but the melody was "The Boy Is Mine," and I'm like, did Brandy and Monica sign off on that? Can we sue? I want to sue. Yeah, that song was literally "The Boy Is Mine." We find out that Jamal don't want homosexual Metro Booming any longer. Anika, because Tariq had run up on Anika, and he was like, "You got to get out of town before you come up dead." I didn't know if it was a threat from. I wasn't really paying attention because I was eating crab legs and I could not be bothered. But I think he presented her with like some paper that he was going to show Lucious. I don't know if it was forged or if it was real, but it was enough to make Lucious want to kill her, basically. And so he's like, "You need to get out of town." Excuse me. So Anika drops off the baby with Hakeem. And he's like, "I got something to do. I got to do this." And she's like, "You're her father. Step up." So he takes the baby. Tiana's, she hasn't been feeling the baby, like, at all. Like, at all. She don't want to talk about the baby. She don't want to look at the baby. She don't want to be in this baby's life. So he brings the baby, and she's like, "You trying to force the baby up on me at this present time, like now of all times?" And my allergies are tripping because I'm sitting outside. Excuse me. But yeah, and he's like, "If you're going to be with me, you gotta, like, be with the baby, too." And then he hands her the baby. And I'm sitting here like, she really could just throw your baby. Like, she already told you she didn't want this baby. She didn't want to be involved in this baby's life. She could just chuck your baby and be done with it. But she didn't. She sniffed the baby's head and it's like, "Oh, her head smells so good." And he said something about baby hair. And so she's warming up to the baby. And she may have to raise the baby because Anika done ran off on the plug twice. She's on that bus and she's driving off into the sunset crying. And I'm like, oh, what a shame. Tay Diggs runs up on Lucious and is like, why is her Cookie's parole, like, violated? Because something happened and her parole was violated. Again, crab legs were my main priority on this night, so I wasn't paying too much attention. But he rolls up on her and Lucious is like, "I didn't do that," yada, yada, yada. Lucious poaches Tory, and has her playing for this rip-off song of "The Boy Is Mine." Life coach, I wrote literally, life coach is still around, so I guess we're sleeping with him too. And immediately they kissed, and I wrote, I knew it. Because it's like, he's been around for like 2 seasons now, but they ain't done nothing. So I'm like, we're building up to something. But doggone it, Lee Daniels, can you make Jamal settle down? We thought he was like going to be one of those settled homosexuals, because when we were presented to him, he was living with the little Dora girl. So let's settle him down. Let me see. Candace is still here. She's having dinner with Angelo and Cookie, and he says that she's not going to spend the night until they're married, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure she spent the night before. And Candace is like, good, it's about time Cookie had I don't know what the word she used was, but like I think it was proper wedding. And we flash back to Cookie and Lucious's wedding, and it's the type of wedding that I would probably have, not at a hotel, but they had greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkey. Like, they had just like the regular old, and it was like a house party and everybody was jamming, and she was pregnant. I forgot to talk about, she flashed back earlier to some scene where she told, Lucious was like stealing the song, and V and Nessa were in there singing, and Jamal was trying to talk to him, and she was like, he can't even hear you when he like that because, all he hears is the music. And we flash back to young Cookie telling Lucious, trying to get Lucious's attention, and she is really like, Lucious. Finally she gets his attention and she says, "I'm pregnant," and then we flash forward again. Suddenly we are in a dark and stormy warehouse. It is Andre, Shine, and ignorant homeboy, and we're talking to some man, and out of the darkness storms Nia Long, and she's got on this fire outfit and these bad heels, and her hair's laid, and I'm like, okay, girl, come through, do it up. And then the man, like, slaps her. The man that they were talking to slaps her and was like, "This is my wife," and yada, 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 and is, like, beating on her and all of this. Not beating her, but, like, slapping her in the face several times. And all of a sudden, when his back is turned, she grabs a gun out of her purse. Pop, he's dead. And I'm like, what's the story with them? Like, you married this man and he didn't know that you would kill him? What's tea? And then ignorant homeboy, ignorant hood fella, like, just like, B, what you doing? He pulls out his gun, points it at her. Shine, let's loose. He pow, 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 like all up in his back and back regions. And she's sickening, and I've never seen Nia Long actually play somebody sickening like this. She's always playing somebody timid or somebody like a lawyer, but nobody like murderous. And I think that's everything. So yeah, we'll pick up with it next week. I give it tens across the board this week. We had a couple logistic issues, but you know, we just do. So, but yeah, it was dope, and I did it under 15 minutes, so I'm proud of me. Like, comment, and subscribe, all the things the YouTubers say, and I will be back sometime. I'm probably gonna hit y'all with another like tag video or something in between now and Rebel. So, peace.